So it's Thursday night in Pittsburgh, folks, and I'm over here in Westview, the borough of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at my home shop, the shop you'll see me at every day. So I don't have Brando and Leo with me, but I do have Gavin. Gavin, right now I'm talking about season 1, episode 21 of the Chino brothers. What do you know about 21, Gavin?
I know that 70% of podcasts only make it to episode 21.
That is correct, and we have 70% kicked all of their butts. But that's not what you care about. Tonight, you care about the Chino brothers, season 1, episode 21. Come on, y'all, we just beat 70% of podcasts.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Was that a Redman beat?
Yeah, that was I'll Beat It.
That is
Remember
I'll
last
Beat
week?
It.
Remember last week I told you how much I like that song?
Dude, and you know what? I was going through my vinyl today, as a matter of fact, and I found some Redman out. Because, dude, I looked all over on Tuesday. I was like, where is my Redman? Because I've got boxes of crates, and they actually are labeled B through L or whatever records are in that box. And I looked all through the R box, and there was nothing. And I was like, dang it. And then I looked through a random one today, like, oh, yeah, there's Redman. But anyways.
I went through the K one because that was when he was, what was his DJ name? Cut Killer?
Cut Killer.
that was when he was Cut Killer. And that's all I'll ever know him as.
That's, yeah, that was great. But dope intro. And yeah, episode 21, that's a huge deal. Like, for real. I know we were talking off the air, and you were like, man, we've only been through 20 episodes. It's like, only? Are you kidding me? That is a boatload of episodes, all averaging an hour to an hour and a half long. I mean, we're putting in work. But
well, so there's I don't know. Do you want to finish that inside lay? I apologize.
I was gonna say, but we got more to go.
100%. Well, so there's that statistic, right, where they're like the majority of small businesses don't last 5 years. And it's like, oh man, when you open a small business, so it's like 80% or something like that of small businesses don't last 5 years. So when you're opening a small business, you're like, oh my God, this is freaking me out. I have no idea. Like, am I going to be one of those 80%? Like, you just assume that that's you, right? Then as time goes on and your shop keeps going, and then there's other statistics that are like, if you make it past 2 years, then like only 20% fall off, and like things. And then there's the old saying, if you've made payroll for 5 years, then you're an entrepreneur. If you did not make payroll for 5 years, you are not an entrepreneur. But if you've made payroll for 5 years, you're probably not going to work for anybody ever again. It's just the way it goes. Yeah. So as you're going from year 0 to year 6,
it's a struggle.
Well, you start realizing why the 80% failed. So you're just kind of like, okay, yeah, because you meet people in your industry, right? And they're like, oh yeah, well, this shop closed because of the economy. And in your mind, you're like, dude, the economy, bro, I'm making like $2,300 a day, $1,400 a day, $1,600. Like, what economy are you talking about? Then you go with them to the shop. Really dope, like car, really dope, like apartment that he lives in, really dope, like all kinds of stuff. And it's like, how do you afford all this stuff? And it's like, oh yeah, I got a loan. I have this black credit card, blah, blah, like all that stuff. And then you start kind of doing the math on like all these statistics, like, well, how long are you willing to work? Because I'm willing to, you know me, bro, like I'm just never going to stop working. So it's like, okay, like if I'm working against a summer school dropout, well, guess what, bro? I'm probably gonna outwork you. And then the next guy, right? It's like, well, if I'm working against the guy whose mom and dad pay for his business, I'm probably gonna outwork you. And it just keeps going down the line. And then you start to realize it's like hard work, sweat equity, the grind is worth way more than people give it credit for, and it's almost worth everything, I think.
Yeah, and to add to that, a lot of people don't want to do it.
Yeah,
because you talk about that, dude. We see clubs pop up all the time, and they're open for a year, 6 months to a year. Because a lot of times they're badly run. People open it up to be cool and forget that, hey, dude, this is about making money. Acid, shout out to you at the Rock.
That dude was about money.
It was all business, all business.
That dude was about his money.
Yeah,
but we did have another club that had 5 owners. And it was like, come on, you guys. Like, but I feel like all of them were just like, I'm an owner, so I can drink here for free and talk to the strippers that come here. And it's like,
tell chicks, hey, I own this club.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but anyways, getting back to what I was saying. So as you get to the 6th year, you start to realize why people fall off in the first year, why they fall off in the first 2 years. You start to realize, and it's not just grind, but like people make foolish decisions. Okay, now take that to the podcast. So dude, from 0 to episode 21, it's still a lot of work. Don't you agree?
Yeah. There's still, I mean, yeah, because believe it or not, we have to plan stuff out. We have to prepare. You don't want to go on cold either. And it's just like radio. Dead air is your worst enemy. And if you have dead air in a podcast, on the radio, anywhere, dude, at the club, you remember if I don't know, what was that DJ Quick song? Somebody just pulled the plug and he like, and I'd play that at the club and forget about that moment and be like, oh crap, what the, and then it'd come back on in 5 seconds.
Put that back, yeah.
It would be 5 seconds of a mini heart attack. Like, holy crap, dude. So no matter what you're doing, you've got to continue to bring the content, whatever it is. You know what I mean? You don't want dead air. That's your enemy. Worst.
Well, yeah. So, think about it. So now you've got 8 million podcasts, whatever it is. You know, what's up, Brandon? Yeah. Okay, Brandon. So. Dude, and every time I'm at the shop, I'll tell people like, oh yeah, me and my buddy started a podcast. You know, it's the Chino brothers. You can see it on the Tiny Box Facebook. I'm like, you know, we're working, blah, blah, blah. We're talking, and then I'll tell them what the topic is that night or whatever. And dude, I swear to you, like at least I'll say 20% of people are like, I'm gonna start a podcast. And it's like, okay, but you do understand you have to be interesting, right? Like, and then you kind of need, you know, and like, dude, and you and I are really good friends. We've lived together. We've spent hours. We spent so much time together. So we know what each other thinks. And then at the same time, you can't get on your podcast partner's nerves. You got to be really transparent. You know what I mean? Think how many transparent conversations you and I have had, Adley.
Tons.
Where it's just like,
I've seen Mike at his worst and at his best. And same for Mike. Mike seen me at my worst. Remember when I quit smoking? How crappy of an attitude I had, dude. Yeah, Mike's like, man, you were an a-hole for like a month. And I was like, sorry, dude. It's all done now, though, I hope. But yeah, we've seen each other at our best and at our worst.
Well, we also know each other's personalities. But we know each other's personalities. So it's like, hey, bro, I'm starting to notice you're doing X, Y, and Z. And it's like, and we also know each other super well to where we can say things that might insult other people if they're just being honest with a friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so now remove all that. And it's just your buddy that you met on the bus. And you two both like Comic-Con. Let's start a podcast.
I was going to say 20% want to start a podcast. I was going to say that's low because there's 20% that tell you. There's another 30 to 40% think it like, oh, I'm going home right now and I'm going to get on my YouTube account, call my buddies and start a podcast. And you know, I don't know. I feel like, okay, thank you everybody for watching that have become fans of Chino Brothers. We appreciate that.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, we love it. But
dude, I want to say this real quick.
Still more to go.
To the people on Clapper, for reals, to the people on Clapper, seriously, you guys are the nicest to us. You are so nice to us, dude. Like I can't tell you how many times I read comments that are, man, I love your podcast. Thank you for putting your podcast up here. You need to do radio. You need to do Clapper radio. Like, just like all these things. We can't monetize yet, but we're getting pretty close. I think that's going to be the first channel that we actually monetize on. And I honestly believe we can do it in the next 2 months. I honestly believe in the next 2 months we can.
That'd be so fun. I would love to do that. Love to.
Anyways, neither here nor there. Like, sorry, we're going off deep into geeky podcast stuff now, but like that's the thing. That is like 21's hard. It's still hard, dude. Like, and it's hard for us, and we're good. Could you imagine?
The crazy part is the hour goes by quick. You know what I mean? And you know, you talking about doing the podcast, you're always talking about investing in stuff, and we do. I mean, all this Tiny Box bought this camera that's looking at me. I mean, Tiny Box got a lot of stuff.
I just sent equipment to Adley, or Tiny Box just sent equipment to Adley. Me and Brandon were working today, so I'm like paying Brandon his Tiny Box wage to be at my crib working on my recording studio. I'm like, all right, here you go, dude.
I've had part-timers help me move. I mean, on the clock.
Good for you.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But hey, we'll when it's time to spend the money and invest, it makes sense. But dude, will you ever wait an hour and a half for Starbucks?
All the time. No. Oh, I thought you were going to say. I thought you were about to say, will you wait an hour and a half to pull the trigger on Amazon? Like, if I'll look at Amazon and be like, dude, I know I need this, but I just don't know if I'm going to pay for it right now. Do you do that or no?
Dude, there's about 47 things in my cart right now that I keep putting save for later, save for later, save for later, because I want it. And then, but the problem is I'll go back 6 months and it'll still be in my cart sitting there like save for later. But then it'll be like, oh, not available at that price anymore. And you're like, mother suckers. Yeah, what went up $1.50? Come on, man. Inflation is ridiculous. But dude, Starbucks, every time I drive by, there's a freaking line. Right?
All right, will you pay a $5 for a coffee at Starbucks?
If I get a gift card from somebody for my birthday, there's a way to sell gift cards too, right? And get cash. You know what I'm saying?
Where are you cheap and where are you like, I have to pay for this? Like this is quality. I don't even give a crap. It's mine. I'm getting it. And where do you cut corners?
I think at this point in my life, I will always be cheap when it comes to coffee. I will always be cheap dude. I still don't tell Cade, my son, but I'll still get him stuff from Goodwill. And there's a place called Restore that has clothing for 93 cents. And I'll still do that. So I'll save money that way. One thing I used to be cheap at and I won't be anymore is like DJ equipment. And you'd seen me, Mike.
Yeah. No, dude. See, that's the thing. Is like there's some things you got to spend money on. Sky joined, dude. Sky Satchko. I knew Sky in Tucson.
Mobile order, no line. That is nice. But Sky, are you still paying $8 for a coffee? You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I love my coffee. I am dysfunctional without my coffee in the morning. But man, waiting in line to pay $8 for one coffee is like, ooh, just think how much gas you're burning waiting in line too.
Now hold on, is it specifically geared towards Starbucks? This kind of disdain towards unuseful spending, or is it all the way around for all kinds of foolishness? Like Panera Bread, dude. Like I don't eat there. You know what I mean? You go to Panera and it's like, all right, that'll be $23, and you're like, okay, well, what am I getting for $23? And it's like this bowl of soup. I'm like, dude, I'm not eating. Like, I'm not paying that for that. Dude, they have soup bowls at Panera Bread that were like bison witches. Remember bison witches in Tucson?
Tucson, yeah.
So they have
right? Yeah.
They have the same scam at Panera, but it's like $5 more than it was at Bison Witches. So I'm like, bro, I'm not supposed to be paying this at Panera. Like, I'm good. Like, I can go to Bison Witches, man. Although I can't because I don't live in Tucson. But
Bison Witches was good and fairly inexpensive too. And they had a full bar, so that was a place. I love my cheap deals. There was even places in Tucson that always had lunch specials. Did we go to Sushi Cho? Remember that place? It'd be $8 for a box, and it'd be like sushi and tempura.
No, dude, I never went to Sushi Cho.
Dude, super cheap. Dude, I went to even this week. I got a Sam's Club card, and it's me and my son. You know what I mean? So there's nothing worse than buying a 200 pack of mini corn dogs. And because you get a sample, you're like, oh, these are good. I'm getting a bag of these. And then 2 years later, you look in the freezer and they're still there, and you're just like, ooh, I can't eat those. I probably
what I do,
but you shouldn't.
This is what I do, dude. I get a sample right from the sample lady, and I'm like, man, that is so delicious. Can I have another sample? She'll give me another sample, and I'll grab the bag or whatever BS she's selling. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm really gonna get one of these. Let me just try one more. Then she gives me another sample. Then I walk to a different part of the store and she put it down, dude. I just put it down.
Hey, but the funny part is, I mean, they've kind of been holding back on the samples because of COVID and crap. But they're coming back, and dude, I remember going like, hey, look, hey, is it cool? I'll even say, is it cool if I get another one? I mean, I am a member of Sam's Club. I mean, I pay annually for this right here. But there's the servers that are kind of hood. They'll be like, dude, take 4. I don't care.
Oh yeah, that's sweet. I love them.
Those are the ones. Dude, yeah.
All right, this is what I don't like, this new thing at Sam's Club. I don't know how new it is, but like every time I go to Sam's Club, some cat's trying to sell me cable television, some sort of savings on my phone or whatever. I'm like, bro, Sam's Club, you need to supplement my membership by having to listen to these guys, because I know they're paying you rent. So whatever they're paying you rent on, like, I'm paying you a fee so I don't have to deal with these guys.
Yeah.
But realistically, I was going with my tiny box shirt because I was going after work. Today, me and Brandon were there because we're picking up. What were we picking up at Sam's Club? I can't remember. Oh, we were picking up the air conditioner for the new studio. So we're over in Sam's Club. We're picking up the air conditioner. We're walking up. This dude hit us up. I was like, "Hey, bro, look, I'm sorry, man. We're at work." And we both had our tiny box shirts on. And he's like,
nice.
"Oh, I understand."
Yeah.
Did he know you from TikTok? Every time. Dude, I don't know, bro. Me and Brandon were at like Home Depot, and I'm pretty sure the dude knew us from some form of social media, because like he was bugging the whole time. He's like, this is a radio thing and like a local town social media famous thing. It's the same feeling, bro. You remember in radio? Well, you're still in radio. You go someplace, the guy's looking at you friendly, and you're like, do I know this guy from somewhere, or does he just know who I am? You know that?
Yeah.
That's how it is with social media too. It's weird. Like, so me and Brandon, we're at Home Depot, and this dude would just not stop smiling at us. Dude, one time, me and Brandon, we almost bought this store. We almost bought another store.
Wow.
And we went to go see it, and the guy was like, "It's 10 grand." Dude, it was $10,000. Like, it's 10 grand, but I've got $40,000 worth of product. And this was during pandemic. And me and Brandon, dude, it was so hard for me and Brandon to get product because we weren't supposed to be open, right? So like, we'd have to drive places and like have them ship it to my house and like all this crazy stuff. Anyway, so we're like, oh, this is gonna be it. Like, we're gonna give this guy 10 grand and we'll be able to ride out the pandemic. Then we show up, dude. This fool had like $2,000 worth of crap in his shop. But I feel like he just wanted to meet me and Brandon. Like, he knew us. Like, it was so weird, man. He was just like, hey, Mike. I'm like, how do you know I'm Mike? I'm like, oh, you look at the internet. But anyways, yeah, that's irrelevant. Let's get back to this cheap thing. So is it just Starbucks, or is it like anything that you think costs too much money that causes you disdain? Because obviously you hate Starbucks, right?
I just can't justify paying a bunch of money, waiting forever to get it. But I know people at work every day. That's part of their routine. They go, they wait 40 minutes to get a coffee and maybe pay $3 to $5. But sometimes I had my ex, she would go there and it would be double macchiato, triple pump, blah, blah, blah. Dude, I'd have to write it on 2 Post-it notes, her order, if I had to go get it for it. It was that long. And it'd be like $8.95. And you're like, dude, $9 for a freaking coffee. It's insane. So, but I know people like that. Would I do it? No. I'm cheap. I make my coffee 2 places get my coffee from: home and work. And if I don't have any at home, if I don't have any at home, I will go to work. Now, I don't know. Dunkin' Donuts coffee is pretty legit though.
They got good coffee.
Expensive. It's not that expensive.
$2, dude, for Americano.
Yeah,
like $2.35 or something.
That would be something I'd be like, okay, that's legit, dude. But here's something I'll put on you. You spare no expense when it comes to gear.
Clothing gear or
clothing gear. Clothes.
I mean, I think that's you just think that, because like I know how to find really good deals on clothes. Right. You dig where I'm going? Like,
yeah.
Like, so, and now that I can kind of expense things, I'll buy more expensive clothes. But like now at this point, it's podcast crap. Like all the new podcast stuff. Like, dude, like I'm like, no, we need better cameras. No, we need swing arms for our mic. Like, I want to get us mixers. Like it's just like that type of thing I'll spend money on, and I'll try to get the nice stuff. Or like, the iPhone 11 versus the iPhone 13, that type of thing,
Do you care? Do you care in that situation if you have an 11?
No, because if it has the features I need, then that's all that matters. I'm not, and I think most people that care if they get the 13 or whatever, they don't know what features they're using. They don't know what the spec is. Like they have no idea. They just want to have a block on the back of their phone instead of a hole on the back of their phone. You know what I mean? They don't want to have a punch on the top.
I need to share your hack for getting clothes for a good deal. And this is from Tucson. Mike was really smart about this. That's right. He can floss on a budget. There's no doubt, because I'd always go to, we'd go to kind of the hood, go to the Ross, whatever. And you'd have to really search, remember? And then one day Mike saw, dude, we're in Tucson. Let's go to the TJ Maxx up by the foothills in the rich baller neighborhoods, like the rich neighborhoods that, not hood, exactly opposite. We'd go there, man. And you just see racks on racks. Fat Farm, FUBU, all the Crosscut, all the good stuff. You'd be like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, Mike, dude, this is great. This is genius. He's like, yeah, because we're not in the hood. Everybody here wants to wear their Izod Lacoste or whatever. You know what I mean? They want to wear the fancy stuff, but all the hood stuff just sitting on the racks. We're like, oh, dude. So that's a hack. If you live in a city and you like the urban wear, you know what I'm saying? Then you got to go to the rich neighborhoods. But the Ross in the rich neighborhoods.
And then there's a reverse hack to that, though. So like if I want to get my skateboard gear, I'll go to Youngstown, Ohio, to the Burlington, because I'm telling you right now, God bless Youngstown. I love Youngstown. I think it's a great town. but there's a lot of white people that won't shop where black people will shop in Youngstown,
Huh.
and a lot of black people will shop at Burlington. So like all the skateboard crap's still there when I get there. I'm just like, okay, I would have paid $30 for this hat, but now I won't. Okay, dude, that Poetic Justice shirt I got for $6.
Oh yeah, I love those guys. The two DJs in Tucson.
Exactly. It has Ernie on the top and D-Wayne on the bottom. Bro, I called D-Wayne's radio station this week. I called him 3 times, right? And
we left a message for him too, remember?
I know. And dude, I left a message at his radio station and I said, can you please tell him that Jose Luis from Chinito Industries called? And I left my phone number, dude. He didn't call me back.
So dude, he's busy, man. He's busy over there. Jeez, D-Wayne. But yeah, I don't know. There's places to save money. There's places not to. But man, I'll be
Starbucks. I'm telling you, I think you have a vendetta against Starbucks. Like you do not think Starbucks is worth the value by any stretch of the imagination.
I'll buy me some Starbucks stock because you know what I'm saying. They got dividends, and you know what's going up in value, and that's one of those things. Like, man, I'll be driving, down the street, down White Lane for all you Bakersfield people, White Lane, and looking over. There's Golden Corral, the restaurant, the little drive, and then there's Starbucks. In the hood, an hour and a half wait. In the hood, people using their EBT cards to get Starbucks. EBT's the California, whatever food stamp type card. You know what I'm saying? They take that. Dude,
what about In-N-Out? Will you do the wait in In-N-Out burger? Ooh. I will. I don't care. I love In-N-Out. I love In-N-Out, dude.
Yeah, In-N-Out's good. Their fries are bomb.
Do you have them in Bakersfield too?
Oh yeah, we got a couple here.
God bless
but it's good.
Yeah, they're nowhere near Pittsburgh. Like when I come home, that's the first thing I do when I come home. I eat In-N-Out burger. I'm like, but bro, back in the day when I was a kid, back when you guys didn't have In-N-Out, it was just the San Gabriel Valley thing.
Yeah,
you used to go to the In-N-Out in La Puente, bro, and you could tell the guy, hey, give me a hamburger cold in the middle, and they'd make it like that. Almost completely raw.
Whoa.
Oh man, I loved it. It was so delicious. Now they're like, come on, bro, you're getting it well done. Everybody gets it well done. We're in California.
Man, if you get E. coli, I'm gonna lose my job.
I know.
I can't.
The only place now, I think you can still do it in Vegas. But I don't think. I don't think in California. Well, I know in California, bro. So that's first. Second, there used to be a sandwich in Pittsburgh called the Cannibal Sandwich, and you know what it was?
Was it like raw?
Dude, it was a piece of pumpernickel bread, a raw hamburger patty, and a cut of red onion on top.
Dude,
yeah, it's called the Cannibal Sandwich. Dude, I would have ate it, bro, but I got here too late. Like all these old Pittsburghers tell me these stories, bro. Like my neighbor Rick, dude, he's the bomb, man. I swear you would love this cat. Like, but Dan Marino. So you know Dan Marino, the quarterback?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He grew up in Polish Hill. But he claims that he grew up in Oakland. Ricky gets so mad about that. He's like, he's half Polish, Mike. Where do you think he grew up? You think he grew up in Oakland, South Oakland? He didn't grow up in South Oakland. You know he didn't grow. I got a trivia question for you, Mike. Go ahead, Rick. Who caught Danny Marino's first pass? I don't know. Richard Spodobowski. That's who caught Danny Marino. I swear, bro. Like, dude, but dude, he tells you the stories, and then he takes you to these grease splat restaurants that probably should be shut down. Probably got rats in the back, bro. But they got good hot dogs and good Italian sausage. Get a hot link, Mike. Get a hot link. I know you like the hot links. All right. So I get Italian sausage. Dude, you're sitting next to just the most random Pittsburghers in the ugliest diner you've ever eaten in. But bro, it's like you're living in a movie. Like it's just like this is the greatest. It's like you're in the Goodfellas. It's so much fun.
You took me to some place that had fish sandwiches. That was their big thing. The 2-story place. Yeah.
Woley's.
That was good. Yeah, I like that. Straight up fish and packed. It was like being at a family function. It was so crowded with the seats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was after church.
Back, was it? Okay, that makes sense.
It was after church. Everybody went to Woley's. But yeah, anyways, I personally think, Adley, and I don't think you've actually thought about this. It's Starbucks. It's definitely Starbucks. Because getting a massage is kind of silly. There's a lot of things that are silly. But Starbucks, dude, Panda Express is kind of silly. You know what I mean? It's not that good at Chinese food. There's a lot of Chinese places.
It's meat with sugar is what that is. Yeah, basically.
So, yeah, it's okay. Like, but you're not mad at it. But Starbucks itself, I feel like there's a thing with you and Starbucks.
I wonder. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the ex. Maybe that's what it was. I just get annoyed by it. God, she's got to have Starbucks, and we're gonna drop $20 on it. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, I told Adelaide this story earlier today, but when me and Sherilyn were in Seattle, over at I think it's called the Marketplace.
Is it Pike's Place?
Pike's Place is the street in front of the Marketplace. So the Marketplace is where you see on the movies where they throw the fish to one another, and across the street from it is the original Starbucks, the very first Starbucks.
Yeah.
And the lines for that place are phenomenally stupid. Like, you are an idiot if you wait in that line, specifically because there's an actual normal Starbucks directly across the street that you can go get a cup of coffee at.
Well, when did that one open, you think? Like 10 years, 20 years later?
I have no idea, but I'll say this: Seattle is a coffee drinking town, bro.
Oh,
and they got some good coffee in that town, bro.
Yes.
Like, so we went. There's so many coffee joints. We went to a different coffee joint because I was like, we're in Seattle. I'm not trying to drink Starbucks. I can have that in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
There's so many coffee joints that they have a place called the Ladybug, and you know what their theme is? The coffee joint?
Ladybugs.
No, women in bikinis.
What?
Serving you coffee, dude.
In Bakersfield, we've got Bottoms Up Espresso, and I think that's through California, but it's girls in bikinis. But it's kind of one of the drive-up booths, so there's no place to sit. You drive up.
How demeaning is that, man?
It's called Bottoms Up Espresso.
How demeaning is that? Like, you're some young girl, you're like, man, I really need a job, but I do not want to wear a bathing suit and serve coffee. Like, oh well, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be even funnier if they couldn't get any staff, so it's just big girls. Like, and the weirdness are pulling up, and there's Lizzo. Oh.
Yeah, could you imagine? Oh man, that girl, she's so pretty, and she's wearing a bikini, and I can get my coffee fixed too. I'm gonna pull up. And then you're like, but I don't know, dude. I bet you they make tips because, dudes are pervs. I mean, I think everybody watching can agree.
Dog, no way, bro. That is the most awful idea for a coffee place, bro. Come on, have some dignity, bro. Serve good coffee. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to do all these shenanigans and boo boo yaya. Like, dude, have some dignity for yourself. Be a craftsman of forms.
Is this a bad time to throw up a shout out to Gavin because his comment just popped up.
Hey,
what's up, Gavin?
What's up,
hey guys. Yeah. But dude, Bottoms Up Espresso. Look it up in Bakersfield, but they've got them in Modesto, Sacramento.
That is
Fresno.
embarrassing.
It's crazy. Embarrassing. It's insane.
It's embarrassing for every city you've named. It is, dude. That's embarrassing, man. Like, come on, bro. You're not supposed to do some stuff like that. You're not supposed to do some stuff like that.
Dude, Hooters.
That's embarrassing. You're not supposed to do some stuff like that either, dude. That's embarrassing.
We do our fantasy football. We do our fantasy football draft at Hooters every year, and I'm just kind of like, do we really have to be here for 3 hours? Oh, dude. Well, the last couple I've done just kind of like, you just link up on the computer link and just be like, I'm doing it online. I'm doing it.
All right, what's more worthless? Chicken wings at Hooters or coffee at Starbucks, according to you?
Wait, what's worse? So Gavin's seen the Ladybug. Wait, what's worse, the wings or the
wings
coffee?
at Hooters, or like going to Hooters to buy chicken wings to go? We'll even say, like, you're picking them up to go, the chicken wings, right? Curbside, and a chef brings it out, so it's a dude just to take the Hooters all the way out of it. Okay, or buying a double machi latte over at Starbucks. Dude, this is a great game. I should just keep.
Oh my gosh!
Keep rolling with this.
If I had to pick one, I'd take the wings.
All right, hold on. Okay, my gosh, you take those crappy wings from Hooters over a delicious. Dude, that coffee's decent at Starbucks. It's not like it's like this coffee sucks. Like, dude, on Saturday. Was it this Saturday? One Saturday, we were in Youngstown, me and Sherilyn. So it must have been last Saturday. And dude, I was like dragging. I was like, I want a Frappuccino. And she brought me one back. I forgot how much I like those, bro. Because I don't
good.
like when you're pushing 50 and you want to keep your weight down, you can't really enjoy that type of shenanigans. You know?
Oh yeah. Well, how many calories is in one of those?
Holy God, I have no idea.
Yeah, a crap ton. Yeah, you can't do that. But they
it's
are
just whipped
good.
cream and sugar. Okay,
Yeah.
versus Hooters wings. Come on, dude.
Wings are good too, though, man. Well,
Hooters wings suck, bro.
There are better wings out there.
Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings makes a good wing. And what's that other one? Wing Station makes a good wing.
Yeah,
we have
a place out here.
Yeah, Wingstop makes a good wing. We have a place out here called Quaker Steak and Lube. They make a good wing. Because they make wings, yeah. Because they're like BW3s, you know, Buffalo Wild Wings. Like they're
Steak and Lube. It's called.
No. It's called. No, you just messed me up.
Quaker
Steak and Lube. Quaker Steak and Lube. Quaker Steak and Lube. Yeah. Because you know, Quaker Steak. It's like the oil. You know the oil. Quaker Steak and Lube.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
So it's called. Man, you were taking this the wrong direction, bro. And it's like a race car. It's like a race car themed restaurant. So like they've got a NASCAR up there, and like they hire like semi-attractive girls, make them wear sort of small shorts, but not Hootersy. Like you could take your family to this place and still not be a total pervert. You know what I mean?
Hey, have you went to Rockin' Wings out here? My buddy Mickey Rock Spot. We'll go out there next time, dude.
Does he have banging wings? Okay.
Yeah. And
we got Big Shot Bob's. We got Big Shot Bob's out here. He's got the banging wings. That my homeboy Josh, he owns those. And like, dude, phenomenal wings in Bloomfield, Little Italy. If you're in there, stop in, say what's up to my homeboy Josh. Tell him the Chino brothers said what's up, and eat some of them wings, man. Them wings are banging, bro.
Yeah.
Hooters does not have good wings, dude. Hooters does not have good wings. So if you're gonna tell me you'll take Hooters wings over one of those frappuccinos, dude, you definitely have a hatred for Starbucks. This is beyond like.
Here's the best time though. Here's the best time for the Starbucks frappuccino. About 2 o'clock at work after you've had lunch.
Absolutely.
And it's really set in, and you're like, dude, I still got a couple more hours of work to do. Bust out that Java chip frappuccino. I will say that, dude. Yeah, it's good for the
one like this size. Like this size. So you're just drinking it all day. Every sip, it's like cocaine. You're just like, whoa, what was that flavor? My whole body felt that flavor. Like your whole body feels the flavor of that thing. Like I don't know what they put in there, but it should probably be illegal. And because they're Starbucks, they're probably paying off the government. But my God, is it phenomenal?
Yeah, they are, Bob. They are good. I will say that too.
But speaking of Hooters, we used to know this dwarf or little person or midget or whatever the proper term is, and he hung out at Hooters and knew all the Hooters girls. Everything me and Adley are about to tell you is true. It's not going to sound true because that was our life back then. But back in the 90s, we used to hang out with a small person. We don't know what the word is. And if we offend a bunch of people as we're doing this segment, we apologize in advance. Do you agree with me, Adley?
Totally agree. But again, the 90s, you could use these terms and not feel like you're going to hurt anybody's feelings.
And honestly, realistically, I'm not familiar with most terms at this stage of my life because I'm an older person. How about, do you feel that way, sort of?
So I still don't get the they thing. So
yeah. And we don't misappropriate, speaking about people's genders, size, ethnicities, anything like that. But if we use the word midget, we're not being, I don't know what the term is. Is it prejudice?
We're not trying to be mean.
Sizes? We're
not trying to, yeah.
Exactly. So please don't try to cancel us because we're about to use the word midget probably a lot, but not in a mean way. Okay. We used to have this midget that hung out at the radio station. His name was Danny. And he was a very odd person because he wasn't like a normal sized dwarf or little person, whatever you're supposed to call him. Because like sometimes you see little people and they have bigger heads, but like smaller bodies, but their bodies are skinny enough that you can do cool things like midget bowling by putting them on a skateboard and like things like that. Danny wasn't that kind of dwarf. Do you agree with me?
I totally agree. Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say he had a full size torso.
Yeah, he did.
Right? He had this sounds weird, but he had like a full size butt.
Yeah, he did.
Right? You know what I mean? Yeah. But his arms and legs were shorter.
Okay, so this is the 1990s, and in this time frame, everybody had a midget sidekick. Like Kid Rock had a midget sidekick.
Johnny Knoxville, Wee Man.
Johnny Knoxville. Even the station across the street from us hired Gary Coleman. They literally hired Gary Coleman. Do you remember that?
That's right. I do. He had an on-air shift for a while, right?
Yeah, because they wanted to have their own midget. Well, who was I to not want one? I wanted to have a sidekick that was a midget. Like that became a goal of mine. You remember that, Adley?
I remember, yes, because when Danny came on the crew, oh my gosh, Mike would get like so excited, like, oh my gosh, I'm so, like, here he is.
From Camp Radio, don't you remember? Even in Camp Radio, I was like, I want a midget sidekick. Like, yo, man, I want a midget sidekick. Like one of these days, when I made it, I'll have a midget sidekick. Everybody knew that about me. Everybody knew I wanted a midget sidekick.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, ours was Danny.
Unfortunately, you love him. You loved him.
It was like this at first, dude. It's like anything, you're like, oh, this is dope. And then you just start to realize it's like, oh no, this isn't dope. This guy's just a short person with a really crappy attitude and is a con artist. Like this dude's a con artist. And you're like, oh man, how do I get wrapped up with a con artist? And then you're like, how do I get away from this con artist? I remember one time me and Adley were at the
sketch.
We're at the rock.
Yeah.
Danny walked in and you were like, come on, let's go.
Were we working?
And you ran away so Danny couldn't find us.
No way. I would never do that to Danny.
Yes, you did.
Really? Wait, was it our club night?
It was our club night. Bro, Danny got a little much. Danny got a little much after a while. As much as you wanted to say all these nice things. Here's the thing, you guys. So when you hang out with, and once again, I don't know the proper term. We'll try dwarf. That's going to offend
small
somebody.
person. Let's go small person.
Yeah, but that doesn't get the point across.
Yeah,
like,
that's true,
you know what I mean? When you're hanging out with a dwarf or whatever the term is, like at first it's like, dude, this is cool, especially if you're us, because we're weird. So like we like people staring at us and pretending like we don't know why. You know what I mean? Like, because that would be dope, dude, to go to Chewy's with Danny and just be eating dinner. And like, dude, Chico told me a story that one time he went to dinner with Schoolio and Danny at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
Could you imagine
You
that?
got to tell him, yeah, Schoolio.
So Schoolio was this big, giant, fat cholo who was
6.5, 7 feet tall.
Yeah, but he was probably a kingpin of some form. Like there was some sort of criminal ties that we didn't ever know about, but it was a little bit obvious. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But he was so tall and fat, and then Danny was a midget. So like it's like me and Adley are weird. So like it's fun to like disrupt society to us, to just like show up someplace with a midget and be like, everybody's gonna look at us now. Like, and be wearing our Hot 98.3 shirts. Like, hey man, don't forget the radio station, homie. Yeah. But dude, Danny wasn't the funnest guy all the time. Like, and Danny was weird too, bro. Like Danny always hung out with hot chicks so that he could bring them to the radio station. That was weird, dude. You don't think that's weird?
That was really odd, yeah, because he would just kind of show up and, hey, Chino brothers, hey, look at this. This girl wants to meet you guys. And you're like, okay, I guess. I mean, whatever. And but yeah, he was a trip, dude. And can I dip into the, I don't know, con artist thing?
We're going all the way around, baby. Okay, we're talking about Danny. You might not want to post this on Facebook afterwards, but I'm not holding back. Like, here's the thing, you guys. I don't dislike Danny. Danny was somewhat the homie. Like,
yeah.
Well, you know what it is? There's something about radio friends. And in radio friends, you can bag on somebody, be mean to them, hurt their feelings, and they might not even be the coolest guy in the radio station, but he's still your friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how it is with Danny. Like, I have no idea why, but like, I like Danny, but Danny got annoying. Danny got a lot much. You know what I mean?
And again, I was doing overnight, so you're with him in the daytime a lot more than me.
That's true. I didn't think about, because I was about to say, nah, bro, because he came to our clubs, and I was like, wait a minute. He was yeah. So Danny had a morning show bit on our show called Danny the Love Dwarf. And what he would do is come on the air and like I'd write these fake emails that somebody'd sent in to ask Danny a question. And Paco or Vicky would read it and be like, Dear Danny the Love Dwarf. Usually Vicky would read it because her voice was so sweet when she'd read the letter. Dear Danny the Love Dwarf, my girlfriend and I are wanting to get married. We're wondering what your advice is. Well, then I'd write Danny's part of it, and it always ended with him going, beer and porno, beer and porno.
Yes, I remember that now.
But he couldn't pronounce porno. So he just go, beer and porno, beer and porno. But anyways, and like his advice back was always awful. Yeah, his advice back would always be awful. It'd be like, I think you should go out and bang her mother, or something like that. It would just be this awful, vulgar stuff. That morning show was very vulgar, you guys. It was nothing like the Chino brothers.
Too funny. Oh my gosh.
But here's the rub. Danny can't read. Danny is illiterate.
And one of his eyes was messed up too, right? One looked straight and one looked to the side. And because I remember being like, Danny, I'm right here. And didn't realize he was actually looking at me, but I was kind of looking. Well, yeah. It was,
so
Danny the Love Dwarf. Man.
But Danny couldn't read, so I had to record it like this on the shortcut. Are you ready, Danny? Yes. Dear Sarah, I really think you should. And I'd have to dictate everything to Danny, one word, like 3 words at a time.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's
so think
brutal.
about how much time I spent with Danny.
Oh my
god. Dude, Danny, like he would kick it with nothing but us and other midgets. And he thought like I wanted a squad. He'd always be like, yo, man, I'm telling you, dude, he'd bring magazines to all these like conferences they were going to. And he'd be like, hey, Sketch, you want to come with me to this conference? And I'm like, not really.
So in his mind, you guys were besties.
I don't know, dude.
Like road dog type, like let's do stuff together all the time.
I think he thought you were me. He was you. I think he thought he was Adelaide. He's another cat that thought he was a Chino brother. You know how these people are like, and I was the 3rd Chino brother. I'm like, according to who? Just
now,
kidding, Ernie. Just
did you ever
go? Dollars. You were the 3rd Chino brother.
Did you ever go to his house?
Danny?
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa. I don't think so.
Oh my god, dude!
You were homies if you went to his house.
Yeah, dude, it was scary, bro.
Either you're homies, or you made it think like Mike is my best friend because he's hanging at my house. Dude, tell me about his house, please. Tell me about it, please.
Oh my god, dude! You never went, dude. Okay, so like, I think Danny I think Danny only had con artist friends. And then also remember, I was on the morning show, so I was really famous. You know what I mean? Like everybody knew who I was. Like I was on television commercials, for T.O.'s Master Cuts. So like now you get to hang out with that guy because he wanted to know midgets, and it's like, man, this is a curse from the devil that I have this midget all the time. Because here's the part that sucked. By the time Friday night came, he'd come to the club and he'd be like, hey, needle dick. That's what he called me. That's what he called me.
Yes, I remember that. I do remember that.
In front of people to be like, look, I can clown Sketch. I'm such a pimp. I can clown the most famous guy at this club. And I'll be like, Danny, please stop doing that. Please stop doing that.
Dude, and he would get sauced.
Oh my gosh. That
wow.
Dude would drink.
Yeah, he would drink. Oh,
like
that would be
at
like
3 in the afternoon would drink, dude.
Yeah, and you'd be like, "Oh boy, that's the Danny you didn't want to hang out with," because you're like, "I'm not babysitting a grown man that's
dude." You remember that Ford truck he drove? Do you remember?
Yes,
that?
Yes.
He had a full size Ford truck. You guys, a full size Ford F-150. Now, how would you reach the pedals, dude? How do you do it, Adley?
Didn't he have like some attachment?
Yeah,
like it was like an attachment for something. It was like a piece of metal.
It was a big old block, dude. Yeah,
it was just a big block in it.
Yeah,
that can't be safe. Oh my gosh, that can't be safe.
He used to fly, and dude, Danny cursed like a sailor. Danny cursed like a sailor, and he was always drunk. Now, also remember this, folks. Every Christmas, they need elves at Macy's. Guess what Danny did for work, dude? Danny was the Easter bunny. He was the elf. So think about these drunk degenerates that are around your children when you take them to the mall, folks.
Smelling like booze. Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
Now I'll tell you about his house, bro. So,
yes, I want to hear.
So Danny's like, yo, man, I got to stop at the crib. I'm like, all right, word, man, let's go. So, and Danny didn't talk like us, so he didn't use ebonics. He sounded like a redneck. Dude, it was the weirdest. Danny was the weirdest thing in our lives ever, dude. ever. Like we've done some weird stuff, seen some weird stuff. All right. So he's like, hey, I gotta go back to the crib. So I'm like, all right, word. So we go up to his crib, dude. We roll up, bro, and it looks like the Bates neighborhood of freaking Tucson. I never been in this neighborhood before. It looks like every house is haunted, dude. Every crib is haunted in this neighborhood. Just dirt lawns, bro, that with like crabgrass. You know what I mean? And like that cracked sidewalk, and they're all ranch style houses, and the roof's kind of effed up. You know what I mean? And we're walking up in this crib. I'm like, man, this is a little rough, man. We walk in, dude, and it looked like 1958 crapped all over this place, dude. Like it's just like not modern by any stretch, right? And we walk in, dude, and dude, this is gonna sound so mean, but I gotta be honest. Danny's mom was lying on the couch, and she was white as a ghost, like just skin and bones, old lady, with an oxygen mask on, dude. And I'm like, man, I don't want to be here.
Oh, jeez, dude.
We're both going to hell, dude. Oh,
Let me ask
Lord.
you this. I picture, I've never been there, but I picture, was there cats? Yeah. Was there animals? Oh, my gosh. Was there dust everywhere?
Oh yeah, dude.
Like it hadn't been cleaned for years.
Oh yeah. So she's got this oxygen mask on. We walk in, dude. I don't know she's there, bro. And we just walking in, and like there's a living room and there's a kitchen in front, and there's a back door, and we're going in the back because there's a shed. So I'm like, okay, cool. We're going to the shed. So we're walking. I'm beelining through this dude's crib because, dude, it's Danny. I don't want to kick it with him. In my mind, he tricked me to get to his house. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, dude, let's just get what you need and get out, bro. I don't want nothing to do with this. We walk through the front door, right? As soon as we get through the front door, I'm beelining to the kitchen, and I hear, Daniel. It freaked me so far out, dude. Like I felt like I was in a horror movie. Like, honest to God, I was like, I am like, what is going on? And I turned around, and then I saw his mom, bro, and she was just a skin and bones lying on the couch, like white as dust, bro, with an oxygen mask. Yeah, and I was like, oh my God. And then he's like, oh, that's my mom. I was like, okay.
Hey, that's my mom.
Bro, hold on, dude, because this story still gets weirder. So I'm like, all right, man, word. So like, dude, they sit there and kick it and talk for like 10 minutes, dude. And I'm like, I'm trying to go, man. This is like I feel like Beetlejuice is gonna show up or something, bro. I don't watch horror movies, dude. Like I want it out, right? Hold on, dude. It still gets weirder. So I'm like, okay, bro, like, what do we got to pick up? He's like, come on, it's back here. And we start walking in the back of his crib, dude. And there's this creepy shed in the back of this man's crib with a big bolt lock on. I know, dude. And like, it's shadowy and it's like a deep shed and it's dark. And we're walking towards it. And I'm like, oh my, this is it, bro. This is how it ends. And dude, like 2 weeks before, I'd kicked Danny in the butt at the nightclub at the Rock. Do you remember,
that? And he was pissed.
Yeah, dude, because he kept doing that. He kept doing that. Hey, Niddle Dick. And I was like, shut the F up. And he kept doing it. So finally, I just kicked him in the butt. But I didn't kick him hard. I just gave him like I would kick you in the butt if I was.
But people saw, right? And he felt kind of like.
Everybody saw what I'm telling you. Like, imagine you and I were coming out of the Rock, but we were patrons. And I was just effing around with you. And there's two pretty girls in front of you. And I kicked you in the butt so that you'd fall in front of them.
Yeah,
that's how hard I kicked him in the butt. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
just a swat, dude. So then he told me the next week, he goes, I knew a guy. He used to kick around little guys like me. You know what I did? I took an axe to him. I was like, Danny, I barely kicked you in the butt, bro. Leave it alone. I'm not going to apologize. And he was like, well, you burst my hemorrhoids. I was like, Danny, I didn't know you had hemorrhoids. But I wouldn't have kicked you that hard if I did. And I promise I didn't kick you that hard. Stop calling me Needle Dick at the club. Stop talking crap at the club, bro. I try to be nice to you at the club. Everybody knows me at the club. And then you've got to be a Johnson about it. Do not do that. Okay. 2 weeks later is when this story is taking place. All right. 2 weeks after me and Danny. Okay. Come on, sketch. And we're walking to this shed. I'm just like, this is it. This is how it ends. Like he's got that act in that shed. And he's coming after me. But I'm like, all right, well, he's kind of small because Danny was like 4'3", you think?
If that.
Yeah. So I'm like, he's going to have to like swing high. So maybe I can just kick him in the belly. You know what I mean? Kicking him in the butt hurt him that bad. I didn't kick him that hard. So I'm playing. I'm thinking.
Gosh,
yeah, dude, we get to the lock, right? And he puts the key in. And he looks back at me and he goes, I bet you never seen one of these before.
Oh boy. Dude.
Dude, I'm like, I'm gonna freaking die, bro. He's gonna have like a Kalashnikov rifle or something. Be like, you ever seen one of these? Bang, bang, bang. Quick, it's all creaky, you know. Opens the door, pitch black inside. I'm like, oh my crap. Flicks the light on. It's filled with carnival toys. It's just all carnival toys, whoopee cushions, and like stink bombs, and like just all this stuff you can sell at a carnival. All this crap you can sell at a carnival. I'm like, what are you doing with all this stuff? He's like, I go to the carnival, and then I set up a booth, and I just sell it. But I get to go to I get to get the booth for free because of my nonprofit, Little People of America.
Right.
And I was like, what's this Little People of America? And he's like, it's me. I'm the Little People of America. And then he just started telling me every scam he'd ever pulled. And that man ran cons, folks. Like, dude, he was the smartest little person ever because he played so far into it. He was just like, I was like, I'm a little midget. I don't know better. Mommy, can I have a hug? You know, like trying to be all like he was just like an innocent dude. But in real life, this man was a con artist, man. I ever tell you this con? He told me this. He goes, Sketch, I got a washer and dryer. And I'm going to run a raffle on it. I'm going to run a raffle on it. And of course, you're going to win. But you're going to give me back the washer and dryer, okay? And I was like, no, man, I'm not getting involved.
That sounds like Twilight, dude. Bikini contest. Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, Danny ran scams like that all the time, bro. That Little People of America thing, that was a total con. You know it was a con.
That is crazy. I remember one thing I remember there's a couple things I remember. He'd always sell water just like on a corner. He'd be like, hey, Adley, you want to help me sell some water? I'll pay you. And then you're like, dude, it's Tucson, bro. It's super hot out there. Who's going to buy water? Hey, the big event he would do in Tucson was the gem show. Remember that thing was huge.
Yeah, he'd sell water.
Yeah, and he just post up with the cooler and be like, come on, you'll probably make an extra $20 today. And I'm like, dude, I'm not standing out there. But he would get attractive girls, to help him sell water all the time. It wouldn't matter. And I don't know what he would tell them, but
I know exactly what he would tell them. I'm friends with the Chino brothers. Do you want to bother them at work? Because that's what would happen next. We'd be at work, and I'd be like, I got to produce this bit, man. And Danny'd be like, hey, come over here, Sketch. Come over here, needle dick. And I'm like, bro, stop with that. I want you to meet so-and-so. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, man, I got work to do, man. But there were jocks. I won't say any names. I think you know the names that would be zhish. Hey, I'm a weekend part-timer. I don't see pretty girls at the clubs all the time. Pretty girls at the clubs don't want to chase me home. I'll go out with Danny's weird friend. Because in my mind, I'm like, bro, like, yes, I'm not dumb. I know what a pretty girl looks like. But how weird are you if you hang out with a midget to meet the Chino brothers? Like, I wouldn't even hang out with the Chino brothers to meet the Chino brothers. Come on, dude. Like, how bad is your life that you got to hang out with the most annoying midget in Tucson to meet Adley and Mike when we don't want to meet you? When we're in the middle of doing work. Like actual
whole
work.
Other side. Yeah, whole other side of it's like we got to get stuff done. But yeah, he was really persistent, and they're always cute chicks. And he'd tell them, hey, I know guys, I know the Chino brothers. Hey, I know guys over at Hot 98.3. Come on, let's hang out. And then he'd probably put them to work too, I'm sure. Hey, sell water for a couple hours for me first. And then he would do that. And hey, Mike, this girl wants to meet you. He'd even like page us too, remember? And call us like, hey, and he'd be like, blow up your phone.
This
like,
girl wants to meet, and that was always the line. Hey, this girl wants to meet you. And it's like, why, dude? Let me just be me, bro. Last time this happened, it didn't work out right. You know exactly what
I went down that road one time, and that's all.
It was a bad road, man.
Yeah.
But anyways, so do you remember our first cell phones?
Oh yeah,
you already had a cell phone, but then when we got our new cell phones, when we both got our cell phones at the same time, do you remember that?
I think I had a pager, didn't I? And then we upgraded to phones. Yeah, little flip phones from Jeff was also a small person. I remember
he was Danny's
that.
friend.
Yeah,
he was Danny's friend. But he did not want to be looked at as a small person by it. Like he wanted to be just a normal person until it was showtime. When it was showtime, he was a midget wrestler. Remember that? He said, I'm the pound for pound strongest midget wrestler in the West. And then he started dating that chick. Remember, he was dating that smoking hot chick, and she didn't really like him. She was just using him. And then she left him right when they were going to get married. Remember that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was about to get married and she bailed, dude. But remember because we'd see him as the wrestler, like at the Rock or wherever it was, whatever venue. But then he'd show up like in a button down, a tie, like slacks, like, oh yeah, okay. And he'd be all serious about it too. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But we're like, dude. But he was a little bit taller.
Most serious, like, little person I've ever seen in my life. Because most of them were like, and I don't want to generalize, so go ahead and sue me, but the majority of them that we've met were show business people.
Yeah, yeah. And you think about it, dude, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying, dude? If you're Danny, you got to hustle, right? Sell water. I don't know how much money he made, but I guess enough to get some carnival stuff to slang at the carnival or whatever. But goodness.
Here's the thing. I'm not part of that community, so I can't speak for them. But I will say this. You know that real famous little person that's always in all the movies, and he was also in Game of Thrones and all that stuff. What's that guy's name? Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage, yeah.
Yeah. Like, he's all like, we shouldn't objectify ourselves. We shouldn't make fools of ourselves. This is beneath us, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, all right, bro, but you're a famous actor. Danny got to get paid, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what's Danny going to do? Get a real job? Danny can't swing a hammer, bro. Danny don't know how to work on a car. Danny knows one thing, and that's the long con. Because the long con, that's a good con. You ain't going to jail. You didn't really hurt nobody. Everybody kind of felt better about themselves after they helped you. That's the long con. That's where I'll give Danny respect. Danny played into that midget thing. Yeah, he played into that midget thing like, hey, I'm the good ship. Lollipop. I was the Wizard of Oz, right? 3 decades ago. And everybody's like, oh, that's so sweet. As soon as he's out of that room, that dude is a foul-mouthed sailor. As soon as he's out of that room.
Dude, speaking of that too, and whatever, but I remember 9/11. We were around. We were at KOHT Hot 98.3.
I wasn't there yet. I wasn't there anymore, but go ahead.
You were okay, but we were there, and Danny's like, hey, let's go raise money for the victims of 9/11. And you're thinking, like, how are we going to do that? And we took the empty water bottles, the Sparklets, whatever, Arrowhead water bottles, and we just stood on the corner collecting money for 9/11, the victims of 9/11. And we're out there.
Don't tell me that.
And people would put money in there, man.
Don't tell me this story,
it was crazy.
Man.
Yeah, people stuffing in hundreds. Like, anything to help. Anything to help.
No.
Well, and all I remember is I don't even know. The money I felt like went to Alan Herman or somebody at the station. I think, I don't know. Because, like, well.
Dude, you were the one that you told me I was going hard in the paint about Alan Herman, man.
I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not saying Alan Herman took it. I'm just saying someone in authority at the station had to take it because I'm sure we brought it back. I think. I don't know. I worked overnights, man. So we go out in the morning show, and I was tired. But we would, there would be a lot of cash in there, and I don't know what happened to it. Hopefully it went to. I don't know where you send cash to. Do you mail cash to 9/11 survivors? I mean, what do you do?
Dude, that was literally 20 years ago. Past any what's that called?
Statute of limitations.
Statute of limitations by any stretch. And I'll be honest with you, I do not believe Adlai had any nefarious ideals when it came to this 9/11 money. I personally just would not have told the story. I got another thing. The thing is it sounds like we're making this person up. You know what I mean?
Crazy. But he thought of the idea, and I helped, and I was like, okay, that's a great idea.
Well, hold on. If somebody just came up to you and was like, hey, you want to hear a story? And you're like, okay. There is this midget con man, and you'd be like, what is this, the Quentin Tarantino movie? Right. Who hung out with radio disc jockeys. Okay. And hot chicks followed him everywhere and did his work for him. You'd be like, what kind of wild story is this? You wouldn't believe that story. I wouldn't.
But I'd watch it.
Yeah, I guess you're right, dude. But this is a 100%. This is a 100% true story, folks. This magical midget of ours, like, he had hot chicks hanging out with him all the time. But like, I'm telling you, you knew they were nuts. Like, Because how nuts do you have to be to hang out with the most annoying midget in America? Who, dude, and that guy was a straight pervert, dog. So he was probably always trying to be like, let me see your panties. Can I take some home? You know what I mean? Like, he said some stuff. Like,
hey. But then again, dude, if you're that guy, if you're Danny, how many chicks are hitting on you? You know what I mean? So if that was, I would probably have perved out at some point because I'm like, dude, what are they gonna do? Tell me no?
Dude, he hooked up with Lynette's cousin. Yeah,
really?
Lynette's aunt. Yeah, he hooked up with Lynette's aunt.
Nice, Danny.
She was, dude, and she was really attractive too. Like, she looked like, she looked like a better looking version of Lynette. And Danny, yeah. What's up, Isaac? And Danny hooked up with her. Yeah, dude, Danny hooked up with her. And dude, like, Lynette was furious. And Danny.
At who?
At Danny.
Oh, not at their aunt, at Danny?
Yeah, well, probably at her aunt, because she's like,
probably both. Huh?
Yeah, I know. Dude, and Danny would just tell me these romance stories about it. He's just like, I'm so in love with their sketch. I've never felt love like this before. Dude, it was so nuts, man. It was so nuts. It was the weirdest thing I've ever. Dude, it's so weird, bro. Like, a grown, attractive woman and your very unattractive midget friend, dude, making out. Like, dude, you guys, this guy was not handsome. Like, he looked like a bulldog. You know what I mean? Like, his face was like that. Yeah. Like, his face was always smushed up. He had a small head and a crooked eye.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But he was the Love Dwarf. And he did have great advice. And at the end of the day, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Did you ever do like Danny the Love Dwarf when you were producing?
Lawana had already come through, I think, at that point. I did the Lawana stuff.
But you were using
the Love stripper.
I know. So how that came about? How that came about was Danny was super hard to get a hold of. And it's like, bro, I'm not trying to stay here another 12 hours for you, Danny.
Waiting for you. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Lawana came by the station for God knows what reason. I'm like, hey, Lawana, come in here. Can you repeat after me? And she was like, okay. And so then at that, she started making more tips at the club. And she would be like, anytime you need to record me sketch, go ahead. Did you go to her house?
No, I don't think I went to her house, but she was homie. She was cool. I like Lawana.
I went to her house.
Do you get invited? Do you get invited to these places?
People either love me or hate me, dude. I can't tell you how it works. It's true. You know it's true. People either cannot stand the ground I stand on, or are like, it's you. I've been waiting for you all my life. I love you. You know, it's one or the other, dude. It's never the middle, you know? So yeah, Lawana was like, yeah, come to the crib. I'm like, okay. Dude, it was so weird. Cause like she had pictures of her son everywhere, like glamour shot pictures of her and her kid.
Yeah.
And like she had like a normal house like a single mother would have. And then you're realizing you're like, you're a stripper and you're a mom. Like, this is weird.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, geez.
Yeah, but like she didn't look at me as like a Mark, a John, or a client. She looked at me as a friend. You know, like she didn't think I was trying to do any foul play or fornication or anything like that. She was just like, this is my friend coming to my house, hanging out. I'm gonna feed him leftovers and Kool-Aid. And I'm like, all right, as long as we record. And she's like, I'll record. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, I'd do anything to get these bits done. So if Lawana was at home, I'm like, all right, I'll get this bit done. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. Danny, dude, but you'd write bits for Danny that were hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, I remember one time you wrote this joke where it was like Vicky was standing on a ladder changing a light bulb when Danny walked in. And then Danny walks in and he goes, hey, Vicky, your hair smells great.
90s radio again. Let's just be clear. We got to save this for when she comes on the air on our podcast, Vicky's.
You better ask her, bro. Nobody responds to me. Well, except for Rascal did today. I am utterly surprised. Him and Earn Dollars, but you get everybody else booked. I'm always like,
I'll hit her up. But she had the nickname, but I'm not going to say it. We'll save that. Maybe when we get Paco back on, he can say it because
but
hilarious.
But anyways, yeah, dude, it is a great nickname. Well, it's a great nickname when it's translated properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you not saying it because it's racist, or are you not saying it?
I just want to save it.
I
want to save it.
Okay,
I just
cool.
want to save it. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, let's wrap up Danny. So,
okay.
But here's the thing, guys. We had a magic midget back in 1990. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I don't know how it worked. It was phenomenal. But the guy was a nutball, and he'd get on your nerves, and he was annoying. And he introduced me to like 5 other midgets, one of whom I dated. That's the only time I'll ever talk about another woman on this show besides my wife. I will never, ever talk about another girl on the show besides my wife. Adley, you're more than welcome to tell everybody how you ruined your life with those girls. I will not.
What? He had me selling water with him out at the Tucson Convention Center for the Gem Show. Hey, what's up? Hey, needle dick. I gotta say it. That's the last time. But but you know what? Danny was, dude. You gotta admit, it was tough being him.
There was something, but there was something fun about hanging with him too, though.
There was. Really? Even Mike, I remember when you'd be like, Danny's here. This is the beginning. Danny's here, and even there was times when you like want to pick him up like a baby. Yeah.
Well,
you're like, whoa, he's heavy.
And that was the next thing is Danny was like, I'm the midgetiest midget that's ever been midgeted. I will demean myself. You wanted me to put a sombrero on my head with taco chips and eating the salsa from the middle? Go ahead, man. I do not care. And at that time, there was this show called Shasta McNasty, and they had a midget on that show, and he did all kinds of cool stuff. And I wanted to do it with Danny. He wasn't athletic enough, though. But anyways.
Oh, wow. But I mean, he was a nice enough guy. But yeah, he was a lot at times. You're like, oh boy. Did he ever go to your apartment? Last thing, they will stop.
Danny?
Did he ever come over to 230? That was already
the Rialto?
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
We did have an elevator. We did have an elevator.
Nah, man. Dude, I wasn't his friend. Like, he wasn't my friend. I mean, he wasn't my friend. I was his friend. Like, I was the one that got suckered. But dude, here's the thing. After I fired him, I thought that was why Paco fired me. Because the reason why Danny came around, he was a family friend of Yoli.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I fired him, Paco was like, hire him back. I'm like, no, I'm not hiring him back. He's like, come on, Sketch, you got to hire him back. I'm like, no. He's like, it's breaking his heart, man. It's breaking his heart.
You fired him?
Yeah, man. I couldn't take it anymore.
Okay, I got you.
I'm in control of the
point,
bitch,
you're like,
dude.
I'm done. Yeah.
I'm in control.
Point, it's too
dude,
much.
Alan Kate was telling me, oh, Sketch, come on, please. Then Danny went over to KFMA to like piss us off. Yeah. And then he came back.
Oh, wow.
Because they were probably like, this midget's awful. They were probably like, because they were probably like us, like, oh, dude, we got a midget word. And then after he called them needle dick 7 times at the club, they're like, someone's got to get rid of that midget, dude. We got to get rid of that midget.
I'm done. Oh, my goodness.
All right, come on. Let's talk about some news.
All right, we got to go to news. And this is one talking about us getting canceled for using the wrong words. Dude, the thing
I don't want
anybody
to cancel us or find that.
No, please don't.
We apologize. Yeah. I got to be honest. I don't apologize. It had to be said.
Yeah.
But don't be offended, please. We're not trying to be offensive.
And to think about it, Danny, we're just reporting. We're telling you the story of Danny, really, when it comes down to it. But, Dude, Chrissy Teigen, she's back in the news again. And just to refresh your memory on who she is, John Legend's wife. Right. Yeah,
I had to be honest with you. When you said Chrissy Teigen earlier this afternoon, we were like, we're going to talk about Chrissy Teigen. I'm like, I don't know who that is. And you're like, John Legend's wife. And I'm like, okay, cool. But I bet you a lot of people need to be told she's John Legend's wife. Like, what does she do? Like, what is she besides John Legend's wife? What's her skill?
I'm going to show a picture so you guys can see her and stuff. But she's a model. She's one of those. You're just kind of, but I think one of her kind of claim to fames was that she was on some show and they were like, oh yeah, she's like one of the guys. She eats a lot. She was, I have to look it up, dude.
Like a reality show?
Yeah, I think it was a reality show, like a model one of the model reality shows. But whatever, dude. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, dude. How much talent she got. But 10 years ago, do you remember the girl? She married the 50-year-old. There was a 16-year-old that married a 50-year-old. I'm gonna look up her name right now because it says it in the story. Courtney. Yeah, there's Courtney Stodden, and Chrissy Teigen would go off on her can I even read a couple of these quotes because I do not want to get these words
because they're not family friendly.
Yeah, and
they're not family friendly. And this isn't us saying these. This isn't us saying these nasty words Adley's about to read. We did say the word midget, and if that offended people, we apologize for that, saying that word. But we did have to explain Danny. Anyways, please continue.
Right. But she would call this girl out like stuff like, I'm not saying quote, but like, you go kill yourself. You know what I mean?
Cow.
Like intense bullying on Twitter.
Cyberbullying. That's not good.
Cyberbullying. Yeah, it was intense stuff.
Well, you know what? There's studies that have shown that women's depression has gone tremendously through the roof since the implementation of Facebook on the cell phone.
Yeah, it's got to. Dude, even when I'll post stuff, you saw my Seinfeld versus Friends. Dude, I got hate comments about that. Both those shows are stupid. Or what? You're just like, okay, dude, I just, it was a simple question. So, and
you
Mike
better get used to it or not read the comments.
I'm a sensitive guy, or don't read the comments.
Bro, yeah, don't read the comments then, son. Because, like, I've been playing this game for a minute. And, like, you got to figure the type of stuff that I put out, people do not get it. Like, me and Gavin put out this video where this girl, like, there's this trend on TikTok where they go, what am I wearing and what do I have underneath? And so he goes, bom, 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 and she's about to take her clothes off. And then me and Gavin pop up and there's a picture of Jesus behind us. And it goes, Jesus is watching. Yeah, dude, we got comments and they're like, another religious person using their persecution on us. And I'm like, okay, you don't get that that's a joke.
Yeah, it's like, come on. Yeah, absolutely. So, but when you're saying stuff like, you need to kill yourself, you need to take a dirt nap, things like that, that's intense. And if you're 16 and a female, that's going to affect you.
How old was Chrissy Teigen when she was saying these things to this 16-year-old?
35.
She was 35 years old saying this to a 16-year-old girl?
It was 10 years ago, and she's like 40-something, right? So definitely an adult.
Hold on, put her picture back up again. Let's see. You're saying she's 40-something? You're positive she's 40-something, right?
She's got to be, right? She's got to be.
Okay. Then definitely Botox, right?
Gotta be. Yeah.
Like, look at that, dude. Like, it looks like an apple face. She looks like, when people draw the picture of the moon and then they put a face on it? That's what her face looks like. Doesn't it?
Yes,
I'm being honest. But like with a tan.
I see it.
You know what she looks like? She looks like if Janet Jackson and a Star Wars character were smashed together. Doesn't she look like that?
Yeah, I see that. I can see that.
You know what she looks like? She looks like she has too much stuff in her mouth. So her cheeks are all puffed up like that. And it's probably all that hatred and visceral that she has for 16-year-old kids. I like them apples, Adley. That's what she
intense stuff. That's very intense stuff. And dude, so guess what? After all this stuff came out a couple of months ago, people started dropping her. Macy's dropped her cookware. They just all of a sudden it's not in our stores anymore. She started losing all these endorsements, all this different stuff. Losing shows. She got replaced on her Netflix. I forgot what show it's called, but she got replaced on that.
Getting canceled.
She comes out so like, okay, cancel culture's awful. I was an awful troll back then. And you're kind of like, dude, you got plenty of attention, probably undeserved attention, because I mean, come on, everybody's, well, not everybody, but a lot of people, your best years as far as looks are like 20s, 30s, and then you take that, and then you go off on Twitter all the time, and that's your claim to fame and stuff, and you're married to John Legend. That's awesome.
What you're saying is in her 20s and 30s, she was pretty, but now she's not. That's what you're saying, correct?
Well, I'm not saying she's not pretty now, but I'm saying,
Dude, I love putting you in those quarters that you're like, I still have a job sketch. I'm not going to say these words.
No, but I'm not. But I'm just saying she built on her looks, and by all means do that if that's what you're going to do, make a living and stuff. But me and Mike got to struggle with actual content. You know what I'm saying? We don't got looks, like, you know what I mean? But it's so it's just, I'm not saying anything, whatever, but dude, you got to go out there and start like blasting people on Twitter to say, take a dirt nap. That's extreme.
Yeah. That's
uncalled for.
You shouldn't say,
we would never do that.
Like that.
Yeah. We'll make fun of you here and there. Maybe, if you're wearing an Adidas shirt and some Nike shoes, Mike's going to clown you. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be stuff like that. We're not going to say take a dirt nap.
Do you remember what they called that? Do you remember what they called that back in the day? If you wore Nike shoes.
Mixed nuts or something? What'd you call it? No,
cross-dressing. Oh, that dude's cross-dressing.
No, but you had another term for it. Like, you got the Starburst with the
bag of Skittles. Was
that what it was? Okay, is it bag of Skittles?
That was the nice way to say it. Nice way to say it. But yeah, I mean, like, so, all right. Well, I personally think, like, I think all celebrity's stupid, to be totally honest with you. If you don't have a talent, then we're done. Like, so if you can sing phenomenally, or you can talk and make people laugh, or you know what I mean, like, then yeah, man, you're supposed to be something that we pay attention to. But your opinions aren't something we're supposed to know about.
Exactly. Or care about. Or what?
Yeah, like because what we're here for is that magic sound that keeps coming out of your throat, or those funny jokes that keep coming out of your mouth. Now, if you're a comedian and you're making a joke about politics, I understand that. But like this harping on it all the time, please stop. We don't care. It doesn't make you more famous. It makes you less attractive in our eyes. You're not going to get a role. And I feel like they're doing it because they're so washed out in Hollywood that they're like, if I just do this, I'll get attention. Then hopefully all these other super left people will want to interview me. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah. And dude, 10 years ago on Twitter, there's no filter. You could, say
you
whatever
could just do, really? 10 years ago on Twitter, you just be mean like that? And like, or say,
dropping F-bombs, F you, whatever. And now it's more regulated. I even think in the beginning of Facebook and stuff, and even, you drop whatever, but to be that extreme, dude, that's coming from like some serious hate. And if you have the ability to say, take a dirt nap to somebody that you don't know, that's 16 years old, dude.
It's the 16-year-old thing that gives me the problem. You know what I mean? Like, because the dirt nap, yeah, whatever. But I said I would kill Alan Herman, and I was like, I don't really mean I'd kill him. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah.
So like, but at the same time, like, I wouldn't put it in print and let everybody read it and not have like, not really kill.
A disclaimer.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So like, I get that that's bad, but it's the child part that I'm like, dude, here's the thing. Kate and Neo, they're not far away from 16. Now let some 35-year-old, let some 35-year-old talk that way to your kid.
Oh, it's
tell me you would not want to fucking destroy them. You know what I mean? Like
Daddy Bear coming through, man.
And I got a daughter. You know what I mean? So like, someone talks like that to my sweet little daughter, I'm gonna murder you. And like at the same time, and metaphorically murder you.
Right.
Metaphorically, hopefully. But and here's the thing. I know my daughter can be an a-hole sometimes. I know my daughter can be a S-bag sometimes. Me and my daughter go at it. She gets mad at me. Well, then, Daddy, what can I do? And I'm like, sweetheart, this is why I treat you the way I do. And I explain things to her that I don't explain to my son, like hard adult things, because I know where my daughter's an a-hole, and I know where my daughter's cool, and I do everything I can to raise a nice young daughter. Now let a 35-year-old say, take a dirt nap. Go ahead, bro. How are you going to handle it?
Exactly. It's I'm knocking on your door at the least. But you got the 16-year-old was married to a 50-year-old, and it was legal in whatever state it was at. So the 50-year-old's like, dude, seriously? Come on. That's obviously taking advantage of her being 16. Come on.
The whole situation is weird. And I'm hoping my daughter isn't marrying a 50-year-old when she's 16. I hope to God that doesn't happen.
Yeah, me too.
But it's still somebody's kid. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, that's somebody's kid, bro. Like, and I know really bad parents, but they still somewhere in their mind think they love their kid. And that would just think how bad that would hurt, man. So like an adult saying that to your kid, but in my mind, it's like, that makes you a scumbag. You know what I mean?
Yes.
What's her name again?
Chrissy Teigen.
Yeah, Chrissy Teigen. That makes you a scumbag, Chrissy Teigen. You're a bully. Yeah. Like, you're bullying a child. That is foolishness. And the fact that it took 10 years for people to figure out that you're an a-hole, that's the surprising part. Because what really happened was she probably didn't take the proper deal, or she probably didn't say the right thing to the right person when they were supposed to, or she probably tried to hold something against somebody, and they're like, okay, fine. Boom. Oh,
here's screenshots of
did I show those? Oh, did I show those? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so it's all just BS. They all have like their crap tangled up within each other. You know what I mean? They're like the celebrity. They just seem like awful people, don't they?
Yeah. Now John Legend, the husband, nicest guy in the world. Nicest guy in the world. What does he say?
Needs a divorce.
I think it's probably coming because, dude, John Legend, dude, he came by Bakersfield here, and I met with him, and super sweet guy. Saw him in Tucson. He played the piano at Deviate, and we're hosting that. Super sweet guy. And then, dude, what do you say?
Handsome as the day is long.
Handsome
too.
dude,
And super
sing.
talented.
Dude.
Super talented.
Yes.
Yeah, those songs are phenomenal too. You know what I mean? Like those songs make you think you could sing, like you said on Old School Trivia. Remember when you were saying that about "I'll Make Love to You"? Like I'm telling you right now, like John Legend songs make you think you can sing.
Yes,
You can't. So please sit down at karaoke and stop doing that unless Adelaide's getting paid for it. But
let's do the scenario. I'm gonna do a scenario right now. You're John Legend. I'm a reporter.
Okay.
So John Legend. So what are you gonna do with your wife after all this stuff?
Hey, how's it going? Putting my new album out. Just want everybody to know. Got a new album, guys. New album.
So what do you?
I collabed with the
wife?
Neptunes. Do you know about the Neptunes?
So what about your wife? She had some tweets.
All of you takes all of me, all my love and my affection. You know, me and Lionel Richie are gonna do that at the Grammys this year.
So did Chrissy Teigen? Did she ever bully you?
I'll say this: Chrissy Teigen is a beautiful woman. She's my wife. But I am dropping an album July 14th. I want y'all to go cop that. That's gonna be on iTunes. Think about that. What if it's a scam?
What do you do?
What if it's a scam? What if like they knew about this the whole time? He was dropping an album. His last album didn't do that well. And so like he's like, look, I'm gonna write a breakup record. We're gonna drop these pics and all these screenshots, then I'm gonna drop my breakup record.
Oh. And like peace out for real.
I can't take it anymore. You know, just like hit after hit, dude, right? But none of us have been listening to his songs after like his first 2 albums. You know what I mean? He's one of those artists like Snoop, you know what I mean? Now you just
couple dope albums and whatever. Yeah.
Stir the water a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then now all of us are gonna be like, oh, it's a breakup album, right? But he's not breaking up. He already knew about that. He helped her write them tweets. I don't know about that.
Who knows? Who knows? Because their kids are only like 5 or 6 years old. They're pretty young. So I don't know. But man, tough. John Legend, hang in there. That's what I'll say. Because that is not a fun place to be. The love of your life. And yeah. So, but anyways, this is what Chrissy said. Did I do that? Did I tweet that?
Oh my gosh.
But we got to move on to something funner, something less serious.
Absolutely.
This is Urkel.
One of my favorite
Jaleel
subjects.
White.
Wait, hold on, wait. Before we start this, I want to introduce a new segment. So cut that off real quick. Let's go double. All right, listen. There's a new segment on the Chino brothers. Adlai is single. But when I was young, he always gave really good love advice. He always knew how to talk to the ladies and tell how the fellas to talk to ladies. So what we would like you listeners and viewers to do is to send us a video asking for love advice from Adlai. And we'll play it on the air, and then Adlai will give the love advice. Does that sound good, Adlai?
And I bet you Mike will chime in here and there too.
No, all you.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's got to be all you, unless it's not funny, at which point I'll jump in. But you're pretty funny. So, all right. To Urkel, please.
Not to Urkel. Urkel, and this is crazy. This is actually from a month or two ago, but everybody's getting on the cannabis bandwagon.
Yes.
And when we had our Baby Bash episode, we talked about him, how he's doing great.
This poor Jaleel White, dude. He doesn't look anything like this anymore. He's a smooth brother. Like he works out, you know, like and this is who they But what's his weed called? It's
called Purple Urkel.
Yeah, I mean, God bless him. He's making money off it.
He's milking it, man, milking it. And as he should, though. I mean, if you're talking about, I mean, he has a good point. You're talking about cannabis. There's so many health benefits to it and everything, which, you know, guys have been saying and girls have been saying forever. And it's finally pretty much legal almost everywhere. You can get it legally, but why not take advantage? You've got a brand. People know who you are. And Mike, would you smoke some Purple Urkel?
I don't know, bro. I don't get down with the Delta 9 no more since I found the Delta 8. And I'm being honest, because Delta 9 has that paranoia, Delta 8 doesn't. And yeah, and like I'm not like you where I get ultra paranoid right away.
Yeah.
But if I overdo it, I do. And then I start freaking out and thinking, oh, this person's thinking of this about me, this person's thinking that about me. And I'm like, nah, man. So like that sounds like a pretty strong ganga. I don't know if I can the Purple Urkel.
Okay. So if you guys are watching, think you'd try the Purple Urkel. let us know in the comments, because good for him doing it. Travis Scott was one. He's got a whole thing. Drake's got stuff. Snoop Dogg, of course, has got
Obviously,
stuff. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Cheech and
Cypress Hill,
Chong,
of course.
Cheech and Chong,
Cheech
Cypress
and
Hill.
Chong. Yeah, all those guys too. So, but it was just, I'll be honest, it was kind of shocking when Urkel dropping his own brand of cannabis.
I think there's two schools of thought about marijuana. And I think the problem is that California, you guys have such a weird marijuana law and such weird marijuana culture that it's still looked at as taboo over there. Where like in Seattle, dude, it's like having a beer. Like
interesting.
It's just, yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's probably like that over in Denver, Colorado. So here's my question is, like, because I feel like you have an old school thought process on it still. Why is Urkel having marijuana shocking to you, but Cypress or Snoop Dogg having marijuana not shocking to you?
Maybe it's just the fact that you think about Urkel, the character, being so young and innocent, maybe.
Yeah.
But he'll even say, Jaleel White says, hey, look, man, we need to break this stigma that surrounds cannabis. It does have health benefits. It does help relax people. It does decrease whatever it is, whatever he goes into.
Well, look at Willie Nelson. Like, the dude's 900 years old, and it's like, okay, what do you attribute this? Smoking marijuana. Now I just
still puffs.
Yeah.
Still puffs it.
Dude, did you see that Snoop Dogg country song that he did with Whitey Ford?
No.
It is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh man, I almost shared it on the Chino Brothers page. It is the weirdest thing.
I'll check it out.
He has I don't know where it is, dude. I found it, like I was scrolling through Facebook videos and they showed it. Maybe if I just type in YouTube Snoop Dogg country song, it'll pop up. It is the weirdest thing you've ever seen in your life.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
I'll check that out.
It's like almost like he made it intentionally weird for if you were high watching it. Like, what am I on acid? Like, what's going on? It's so weird. How about a little Filipino love, and then we wrap her up.
You are reading my mind. You are definitely reading
don't forget,
my mind.
We're like, to all you people watching, we're setting out for Adley. Adley, are you cool with this bit?
Switching screens.
With you giving love advice?
Which one? I'll give it a shot.
Okay, good. All right, cool. I'm not trying to force you into something.
Yeah. Friends and love, Philippines dating. Here we go. And this is always fun. And believe it or not, I do get comments back and people hit me up and stuff. And usually, like, will I follow up? Probably not enough. But
wait, hold on a sec, real quick. If we have a guest, can they help answer the question with you?
Yeah, why not?
On your new dating segment? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'll put no 2 cents in whatsoever. You have to give the advice. But if we have a guest, they're allowed to give as much advice as they want.
Absolutely.
I might like try to sway you on the advice though. I might go, no, I think this is a better idea, but you have to stick to your guns. Nope. This is the advice, because you're a better playboy. You're the internet. You should have been the international playboy. All right. Speaking of being a playboy, let's get to this.
Rest in peace, Andy B. Posts without answers from their owners will get deleted. No snobing.
I don't know what that means.
I have no idea what that means either, but it's got like a person with an extra. Oh, okay.
God bless them. All right, come on. Oh man, come on. Why do these dudes do this?
I don't know. Hi, knight. Ooh, I should just put, yes, I'll be your knight in shining armor.
I thought you were going to say, are you sneaking across the border?
Yeah, I'm going to put,
Don't put that. Don't put that.
I'll be your knight. Yeah, I'll put, I'll be your knight in shining armor. Boom. Oh, Shob. Here's Shob Ali. Rocking the Ralph Lauren.
No time for Shob, bro. Only time for the ladies. Because I got one chamber. That's not a cop.
Okay. That's the same picture.
That girl's just posting her picture on every American dude. Like, what can I get down with?
Yeah. This says Paul. But no, I don't know what's going on there. Oh, remember we saw this guy last time. These are all, dude, we're getting some reruns.
Are these all reposts?
Here, what's going on?
Dud.
Yeah, or just no. Oh man, got schnobed. Dude,
I think we're getting schnobed. Is that what schnobe means? There we go. I've never seen this lady before.
Yeah, this is new.
There we go. All right. Man, that was a lot of scrolling, huh?
Oh my gosh, dude.
Filipino dating. False advertisement, man. This should just be called horny weirdos trying to get Filipinos to talk to them.
Yeah. You got to get a website for that.
What'd you get?
This is when I think about you, my feelings can't explain why after all this time, my heart still feels pain. When I look at you, memories of love like no one before, you stay on my mind. Special feelings, special times. I was yours and you were mine. All the good I won't forget. Saturday, the day we met.
What song is that?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Love Sunday. Dude, I don't work at an old school station, bro, so I don't remember these songs.
Once you hear it, though, you're like, oh, yeah. Or here's some words.
On Monday and Tuesdays too soon. Yeah. All right, let's go. All right, my turn.
Is this questionable on the age? I think this was questionable on the age. I think.
You got to get somebody to me. What do we got? That's definitely not questionable on the age. Are you ready?
Barely.
That was mean.
Okay, I gotta type fast. Okay.
No, dude, just look it up. The Billy Ocean song, "When the Going Gets Rough." Ooh, when I touch you and do the things that lovers do. You remember that? Ooh, when I hold you, how can I get it through to you? When the going gets rough.
He's got a lot of good songs.
And I promise you, on our new segment where Adelaide answers love advice, we won't just be singing and saying silly things. So please send your videos in.
This is going to be fun, actually, I think. Okay, here we go. You're not going to be able to see these on your screen, are you?
No, dude.
Well, I'm going to get myself across the river. That's a price I'm willing to pay. I'm going to make you stand and deliver and give me love the old-fashioned way. Whoa.
Darling.
I'll climb any mountain.
Darling.
I'll do anything.
Darling.
Ooh, can I touch you?
And do the things that lovers do.
When the going gets tough.
The tough gets going. Remember that music video? Like Billy Ocean dancing with the people in the video? But like now when you're older, you look back and you're like, Michael Douglas had no soul whatsoever. Like Michael Douglas is the whitest white man I've ever seen dance. Please stop dancing, Michael Douglas. You know I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
All right, one more and then we're out of here. Come on.
Okay, one more. Okay, let me find it. I already got one in my head. Oh, this is like weird. Okay. This is a good one, though. Oh, it makes me want to sing, man. When are we going to do karaoke again?
Not me and you, dude. I'm not karaoke. Maybe Rascal do karaoke with you.
Oh, I think we already did this one, right?
Dude, people are putting reposts up.
There we go. No, we saw her already.
Is that a lady?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Click on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I recognize her feet.
Did this.
I recognize her feet.
She's dressing up those feet for you. Dude. Well, yeah. See, we're getting into the reruns, man.
Hold on. Keep it moving. I'm telling you, people do reposts because I don't recognize that Mikhail Gorbachev.
I don't remember him.
You know you'd remember him, bro.
Should I just go on this one and comment to this?
Yeah, just go on her, dude.
Let's do that.
No, go on her profile.
Okay.
She deserves it.
Tough. Yeah, but now we're on her regular page. Don't we have to be in the dating page or it's going to look weird?
Can we post on her page? Or?
Let's see. I can comment.
Yeah, why would it look weird?
How about this one? Comment on this one right here.
You think it'd be weird that two guys on a podcast are writing 80s lyrics to Filipino women that have no intention of dating?
It won't let me comment. Dude, it's not letting me comment.
Go back and let's just let.
Maybe you have to be friends. You have to be friends to comment. Okay.
I don't know if you're willing to go through that.
But I can comment on her picture that she posted in a comment.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. Right here. Here we go. How about this one? This is a two-parter though.
Oh my God.
My love. There's only you in my life. Oh, what happened? Dude. We got snobed out, bro. Did you see that?
Do you think they kicked us out? Do you think?
Dude, yeah, maybe
Check
we
it out.
snowed.
See if we're no longer.
No, well, I guess I'm still in there.
Simon Cowell's like, you're getting kicked out. Yay!
We just got snowed, dude.
Maybe we did get snowed. Well, we probably deserve it, bro. Think about it, bro. You're giving all these ladies hope just for foolishness. Except for this one. She's a nice lady. You should give her.
Okay, well, my love, there's only you in my life. The only thing that's bright. My first love. You're very bad. Okay, I'm stopping.
I can't read the lyrics from here. Is that Endless Love you were singing?
Endless Love. Nice. Yes. Oh, man, that's a great song. Okay, enter.
All right.
Making sure.
See you later, Filipinos.
Endless Love.
See you later, cochinitas.
All right.
Don't forget,
is it time to go?
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Clapper, TikTok,
YouTube, Twitch.
And let me tell you guys something. We got a lot in the works coming up for the next couple weeks. We got special guests that we haven't talked about yet. I just got confirmation from one of our heroes. We've got a revamp of the Chino Brothers streaming page on YouTube or on Facebook. So we're having a second Chino Brothers page on Facebook. We've just revamped the DJ Adley page. Adley's revamping his page. I'm revamping my page. We're turning it up to 12. What do you think, Ad?
Ooh, at least 12. Oh my gosh, it's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get Chino Brothers crazy pretty soon because a lot of things happening, a lot of things going down. And you know what? I feel like after 21 episodes, I still feel like we're going strong. There's no letting
I feel like
up.
we're getting better. I feel like it's like good wine, dude. Good wine getting better. That Danny discussion was so in depth. Although it sounded like we were on ayahuasca the entire time, making up a story about a dream we had. There's no way anybody could believe what we just told them about Danny. All right,
real.
But it's all the truth.
I was there. I remember.
See you guys.
So
see you guys on the next one. Thanks
time.
for watching. Later.